Welcome to your weekly water tribe report. This is the Peace Dealer, and this video is for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If your rising or moon sign is in these signs, please keep in mind this will also be accurate for you too. And the card that I have for you all is the Eight of Pentacles. This week is all about doing work that's meaningful to you and making sure that when you do it, you bring the quality. No shabby work, no half-hearted work. Definitely make sure you put quality in what you do. The right people are going to be watching and it'll pay off sweetly. Before I get into the report though, my sister is back in town from DC. So being that she's a Cancer, I'm going to have her do the readings for this water tribe. I hope you like it. Let's get to it.
Hey Cancer, this is Chelsea, a fellow Cancer, giving you your weekly taroscope. I hope you're having a great week. I hope the energies that you felt this week were positive and the week before were positive, so that as the week progresses, they'll stay positive. So from the influences, I see Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, and Ace of Swords. So the first thing that stuck out to me was that these are all very sharp objects. All three of these things could be used as weapons. So you might have to be on your guard. Page of Wands tells me that you have to be wise, which is great because Cancers, they're wise, even though they don't give themselves enough credit. For those Cancers who don't like to listen to their gut, get over it. Start listening to your gut. It's very helpful. Your gut is always right. There's a lot of neurochemistry behind this, but beyond that, your gut is always right. So, and the gut is the organ for Cancer. Eight of Swords and Ace of Swords. So I'm gonna say there's roughly 8 people in almost everyone's everyday life. That number may fluctuate a little bit depending on where you are and what you're doing at a given time. But if you think about the people who you talk to on a daily basis, whether they're acquaintances or your good friends, whether they're in person or long distance, there's going to be 8 of them, 8 central ones. So pay attention to them. There's going to be one that sticks out to you who will help guide you through this week and will give you the wisdom that you need to progress. So pay attention, figure out who's your ace, who's the one you can depend on, who's the one that's faithful to you. It may not even be your best friend, not saying that your best friend is shady. I'm just saying it may just be, your mom, or it may be that random person at work who you chat with every day at lunch, but you don't really hang out, you don't really care about them too much, and they don't care about you too much. But they are within your 8 pack. So just be aware of the people in your surroundings, your immediate everyday surroundings, and look out for your Ace of Swords. Always trust your gut. So love, I see 10 of Swords. So I feel like this branches off of the 8 of Swords. There may be a new couple that you will be introduced to. This doesn't really strike me as Cancer's gonna find love this week or Cancer's gonna, find someone new this week. I more so see the addition of a couple that you will learn about. So maybe you can learn from them. Maybe you can begin to understand more of yourself through them. Definitely using this couple as a template for understanding your own self-worth. So this could be a couple that you see online. This could be a celebrity couple. This could be a couple that you are just briefly introduced to one day out of the whole week. Just pay attention to that. There's definitely, again, wisdom to be learned. I'm also picking up on the slight orange and red. So orange is the sacral chakra and red is the root chakra. And that has to do with feeling, so sacral is sexual and your activity with other people, and red is feeling accepted. So focus on that in terms of your love life, contemplate. So for your career, I see the Hermit. Get to work, Cancer. Stop slacking off, Cancer. No, seriously. You need to seclude yourself and really put in the work this week. will pay off. May not pay off immediately. What I feel may happen is that you may cultivate a work ethic this week that will help you in the coming weeks, in the coming months, in the coming years, so that you understand how you need to work in order to advance or just to get to wherever you want to go. Maybe you're changing careers. Definitely keep to yourself. You don't have much need this week to seek out other people to help you in career. You just need to rely on yourself. Again, the gut instinct. It's all in here, Cancer. Don't deny it. So I'm also picking up on the green heart chakra. So, be happy and content with where you are in your career. And I think that will help you as you focus inward. Now the lesson, Knight of Pentacles. Cancer, some people are not worth your time. And if no one else will tell you, I will tell you. This tells me that there's some guy or gal, I'm not gonna assume I'm only talking to a specific person who's attracted to men. There's somebody maybe from your past or some type of person who constantly tries to woo you and tries to swoon you and, get you on their side. But again, the gut feeling, that they're not good for you. You either know this through experience or you just know this because it's a blatant truth and you're the only one who won't admit it to yourself. You need to avoid this person and you need to get over it because, with every karmic lesson, if you don't learn it the first time, it's going to come back harder. And this person may be even harder to turn down. But again, with the Ten of Swords on the love card, knowing that you're worth more than that, and maybe that couple will show you, but knowing that you're worth more than that will help you weed out the people who just don't rise to your standards. Don't allow yourself to take it personally. What do I mean by that? Just because you have a standard doesn't mean you're stuck up. It doesn't mean that you are passing this terrible judgment or indictment on the other person. This person could be a good person, they could be kind-hearted, but at the end of the day, you're not feeling it, so don't fake it. It's worse if you fake it. Because they'll know and they won't like it, or maybe they'll use you. Cancer, you kind of have that history with that. So, the no judgment, just all I'm saying is watch out. So, quick review of the cards. I would just say trust your gut. That is my quick review of the cards. Have a great week. Scorpio, what's up? What's up? So I'm going to be coming at you with your Taroscope. Hope you're ready. I hope that the previous week kept you in good spirits, and I hope that this reading may help you in the week to come. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to say is that there's so much purple on here. So you need to really be in tune with your third eye. I know that third eye, some people say that the crown chakra is white. Some people say that the crown chakra is purple. And then the third eye is indigo. What I like to say is indigo versus purple. I may have the color wrong, I'm sorry. But for those who cannot differentiate between indigo and purple or indigo and violet, I would say go with indigo and white, because it was difficult for me at first until I started seeing the differences between those two colors. So long story short, get your third eye intact. I don't think that's very hard for Scorpios, but sometimes it can be intensely blocked. It's give or take. So we'll just get into it. Influences for the week. We have the Seven of Swords, the Lovers, and the Ace of Wands. Somebody's trying to ruin your fun, Scorpio. I'm sorry to say. Somebody's trying to ruin your fun. What do I mean? Somebody's trying to get in the way of your sexual activity, your bliss. This particular influence is kind of vague, because it's very far-reaching. So what do I mean? If you're in a relationship, somebody who's trying to break you up. If you're, just feeling good about who you are, somebody may be trying to break you down. If you suddenly just came out with your sexuality, like maybe you're bisexual, maybe you're gay, somebody or a lot of people, it may feel like the universe will try and antagonize you for this. So just be aware, this is a good time to understand why you are who you are. A lot of times the focus is, who am I? Who am I? What do I do? Do I like who I am? This week, I would say focus on why you are who you are. Why do you do the things you do? Uncover, the very Pluto energy, which is very in line for Scorpio. So maybe this is a breezy week for you. I don't know. The antagonistic part may be a little annoying, but I feel like it will help you uncover, which is so Scorpio. So really tune into the third eye. So for your love, we see the Queen of Swords. So first thing I got was maternal. A little bit was, maybe you have a girlfriend. I know not everyone that I'm talking to is attracted to women. So I guess maybe you can see this as a female best friend. But I would say the essential thing I thought of was, was your mother or a motherly figure. Or just some sort of semi-domineering female figure in your life. What I see from this is they have a lot of good to give you, which you don't want to receive, yet that good will bring you a lot of luck and wealth and prosperity and happiness. At the same time, they have a lot of negativity to bring you, which you're very ready to take in, but that is really not what you need. It's kind of like, eating like 5 honey buns. It tastes good. I think after the second one it tastes bad. But the first one, it tastes good, but that's really not what your body needs. And if you're diabetic, it can probably wreak havoc on your system. So be aware of whoever that female dominating person is. They don't have to be a negative person or a negative influence on your life. But this week they have good and bad to give. You're going to be resistant of the good and really accepting of the bad. So just be careful and try and, take what you need, leave what you don't. So your workplace, 6 of Swords. There's only one person in your career sphere who is here to help you. It may be yourself, which is not new, and not a new concept, but it may be a coworker, it may be a friend. Everybody else, I would say just be wary. They may not necessarily be coming after you. Again, it goes with the Lovers thing. Maybe your bliss is in career. The people who are up against you, it may not be so much that they're up against you, it could just be that they're in your way. Just be wary, sidestep. It doesn't have to be confrontation. You just have to be aware. You just have to realize, these people aren't here for me. I'm the only one who's here for me, and I have to look out for myself. I think that will really help you. Yeah, and definitely tune into your third eye. I can see that your bliss, I don't know if you just recently reached a feeling of bliss, whether it's sexual or, just in general, just feeling good about your life. That's always nice. But in that feeling of bliss, you didn't have your third eye open, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You reached a great height. Or maybe it was open or you missed something, I don't know, but you need to incorporate more third eye feeling and third eye energy, think purple, into your career and into your feelings of bliss. So you may even want to thank royalty, think of the standards that you have for yourself and make sure you keep it. That will keep your bliss. Last but not least, 5 of Wands. I see this as sexual frustration within yourself. So I feel like you need to come to terms with who you are sexually, not necessarily, but and sexuality I think is a much broader term than people give it credit for. It's not just who you want to have sex with and what gender you are. It has to do with how you express yourself, like how do you dress? How do you wear your hair? How do you choose to interact with other people? You need to come to terms with that because I feel like you've been wrestling with it for a very long time and you have the wisdom within you. It's just that other parts of yourself are just fighting. I mean, you could be having some cognitive dissonance. You could just be, some parts of you may be contradictory and that's very painful. But my suggestion is cut one off. And just make a choice and stand firm. This is going to take a lot of purple. It's going to take a lot of third eye work, but it's definitely reachable, especially for someone like you. You're a great breakthrough person. Who else can do this but Scorpio? So this is your week. Really, get into who you are as a little scorpion. And it feels like you actually will use a lot of the root chakra to get there, which is great. And again, transformational because third eye is way up at the top, root is way at the bottom. So you may want to meditate on both in order to help balance out the other. That makes sense. I mean, you're supposed to meditate from top to bottom, or bottom to top anyway, but I don't see it as a problem. So it's more so a source for you to strengthen your third eye. I would say tune into your wisdom, tune into your gut feeling, and you should be all right. Expect some minor, major transformation. And just kind of utilize everything that you have within yourself to the best of your ability. Stay peaceful, meditate. I'll see you when I see you. Hey Pisces, I'm here to give you your tarot scope for the week. I hope that you are feeling good, feeling positive. I also hope that last week was positive and filled with positive energy so it can usher you into this week. So let's get started. The first thing I want to say is that I noticed a lot of orange energy. What is orange? Sacral chakra. I think you're gonna get some. Just gonna throw that out there. So, influences for the week. That's actually where I see the most orange. I mean, 8 of Cups has orange, 7 of Cups, the Star. I don't know what type of cards you're using, but the cards that I'm using have a lot of orange in them. Just a lot, and I mean 2 Cups. So, just use your emotions. Wade through this week. Maybe you need to rekindle some sort of fire within yourself. If you're in a relationship, rekindle that. Nobody likes a sexless relationship, okay? Nobody likes a sexless desert. So make sure you're not falling into that if you are in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, don't feel pressed to get into one, but just be really in tune with yourself and like what you want sexually. You may not even want anything sexually. Maybe it's like you're having all this sex and you just kind of want some time to yourself to just kind of relax and drink a cup of wine and like have a bath. That's cool too. Sexuality is a much broader term than people give it credit. And I think that you should also, have some fun with your dealings with other people. Maybe you want to go out with your friends. Maybe you want to have a nice one-on-one chat with one of your friends and just be easy and be breezy. Pisces, this is a good week for you. You're just going to be happy. Maybe eat some oranges. Citrus is always good. So, but yes, so I see a lot of emotion. 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and then the Star. So the Star usually has a very big impact. I believe it's a major arcana card. I don't necessarily see anything life-changing happening for you, I'm sorry. But I do think that, you'll just have a lot of overall good vibes, which may bring you at such a higher level into the next week that you're starting at such a higher vibration next week. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So moving on to your love life. I found it really odd that in all these cards, your love life did not have any orange. And the way I decided to interpret that was, maybe the orange isn't sexual. Again, like I said, sexuality is very broad. It has a lot to do with interactions with other people. And it's not like the only interaction we have with other people is sexual or is sex. But again, the way you express yourself. But in terms of love life, come back into, I see a lot of green and blue. So heart chakra and communication. I feel like you need to start looking for what you want and be clear-headed about it. You need to be vocal about what you want. You need to be honest about what you want. And it needs to come from a place of better understanding of who you are. Higher consciousness, if you will. You no longer need to worry about, are they cute? Will they validate me? Are they a good status symbol for me? Like, it's just not a concern for you anymore. Some people it's a valid concern and they need to address it, because to ignore that in a relationship, I think, is a little dangerous. I'm not saying it's important, but you need to address it within yourself and understand your needs. You, on the other hand, don't really need that this week. You need to more so be in tune with how you love other people and how you care for other people. Finding people who you want to care for and love in that way, and being very expressive and vocal about it. Maybe tell somebody you love them. If you love someone, tell them that you love them this week. I don't think it'll go badly, and if it does, maybe you'll learn something. But, tell somebody that you love them this week. It could be your mom, it could be your friend, it could be your dad, it could be your pet. Give them, if it's a dog, give them a bone. Just tell someone you love them. Be very vocal. Be expressive. I see a lot of communicative style. So if you don't know, there's a lot of different love languages. One of them is touch. One of them is speaking, giving compliments. That's something you want to do. One of them is giving gifts, or doing little favors. So if you know anything about the love languages, do things that involve communication. So speaking, writing, I guess anything with technology, maybe send them a heart on Facebook. If you have any Gemini in your chart, figure out where it is and use that to express your love to whoever that you want, or just to get more in tune with how you love. So you may not have somebody to just love on right now, but if you get more in tune with how you love and become more centered and become a more loving person, maybe just loving yourself, that's also great. Great time to make a vision board. Also figure out where Mercury is in your chart and do the same thing. Get in that lovey-dovey mode while eating some oranges. So your career, King of Swords. Somebody's looking out for you in your career, which is funny because they weren't looking out for any of the other water signs, but somebody's looking out for you in your career. That's great. Kind of like a father figure. So if you think of that cliche of, that somebody's dad owns a business and then the son gets a job and then they move up the ranks really quickly and then all of a sudden they own the business. There's a lot of that going on this week. Just somebody's looking out for you in your career. It could be your boss. And I think you just need to just play a role, So you might need to be a hint submissive, maybe. I see a little kid on here, or maybe it's not a kid. It looks like a gremlin, but I'm gonna take it as a little baby, with a lot of hair, and hair represents sexuality. So I just kind of see it as, you know, because again, if you with the analogy that I said with the father who owns the business and the son who's coming up, the son's not really being braggadocious, you know, to the boss who's his dad and saying, you know, like, I want this raise and whatnot. No, he knows it's gonna come. He knows it's his father. He knows he's gonna get the business one day. So at this point, he's just kind of like learning the ranks and, you know, like playing his part. So definitely think about that. Try not to cross boundaries, because especially when you're dealing with such a masculine figure, man or a woman, they can just get slighted really easily, and it may not hurt you in the long run, but it may put you in a very uncomfortable situation, and it may just kind of impede whatever like minor success you were gonna have this week. So just kind of try to tiptoe like the sun would, you know, like walk behind, but walk tall, walk proud, and walk knowing that you have it, but walk behind the boss. Or maybe side by side if you really got it like that. That's what I would say. Definitely a time to be serene and more in tune with what you want out of your career and just in life. You know, a time to think about, do I want to work 9 to 5, or would I rather have a job where like I can just be chill and not stress out too much? Maybe work 3 days out of the week, maybe work from home, maybe have a job where you travel more than you are working in a cubicle. Time to think about that, because an opportunity may come. So that's I think that's a more divine interpretation of which may happen for some of you. Like the figure could be, you know, not necessarily an actual person, but more so, you know, just the universe working for you to give you that job that you want. So you just have to think and kind of meditate a little more on what you do want, and then the opportunity should come for you. Last but not least, King of Swords. Don't be grumpy, Pisces. Don't be grumpy. Don't be grumpy, okay? You need to be content. You need to focus on contentment this week. Kind of makes you, it reminds me of the career card. Because the career card is saying, like, you're going to get what you want. Like, there's somebody inside of the universe or your boss or some masculine figure who's kind of ready. You're in line with them to get the things that you want. You know, they have it, they're going to pass it down to you, but you can't be grumpy. And it may be that you don't realize or you don't see who this figure is, or, you know, if it's the universe working for you, then you may not see it right away. But either way, even if there was nothing coming for you, be content, be happy, you know, try and meditate, be still, understand that you have everything you need to succeed, to be happy. You need to love yourself, you know, just be happy with what you have. I also feel like it could be your discontentment in your love life that's spilling onto career. What could be happening is that you feel so discontent with your love life. Maybe you're single, aren't we all? Maybe you're single and you know, you feel like the reason why you're single is because you don't have that type of job status to, you know, pull all the women or pull all the men towards you. Just be content. Don't worry about it. You know, like, really be in tune with yourself this week. That's the lesson that I see, and I see a lot of, and maybe the oranges will help. So, you know, get that orange juice, no pulp. But or no bits, as they say in some countries. But yeah, just really be in tune with yourself. Don't be angry, don't be mad, no outbursts this week. Try not, just keep them at a minimum, okay? No crying because you feel bad about yourself. You can cry for a sad movie, sure, but you know, this is the week to be zen. Okay, this is the week to be zen. I don't know what happened last week. Maybe you're a little on edge. I'm sorry. But instead of harboring it, this is the week to take a nice bath and, like, you know, like, pour that wine and eat that cheese and watch that movie. And I don't know, like, go pig out if you want. Don't eat your feelings. But, just have a good time this week. Instead of stifling any negative emotion you have, let it flow with the fishes. Okay, that's what I would say. And I think career, way more so than even your love life, career will flow into that. So if you're feeling stressed at work, ease up on that. Things will get better. Even if you don't have a job, things will get better. And stay positive and understand standards. That's been a common theme among water signs this week. Understand your standards. It doesn't seem to come up as much here, but what I see for you is that with the orange that is prominent in your reading, let your emotions and your dealings with other people help you understand your standards more. And don't be mad about it. Maybe you have low standards and people are making you feel bad about it. Don't feel mad. Like, it is what it is. Maybe you have ridiculously high standards and people are making you feel bad about it and now you're angry. Don't feel bad about it. Just let the emotions flow. And let your dealings with other people help you see yourself. Let it be a mirror to yourself. So, I hope you have a great week, Pisces.